the hopping up the steps pitch. And I call it that because in this film, one of the creatures gets stuck doing exactly that. Is this: a powerful Taoist priest has to contain an outbreak of angry undead using very precise religious rituals. He's stuck with two younger idiots for help, one infected, the other bewitched by a succubus, and a woman whose family has also been turned. There are films you react to the same way throughout your life. If you saw The Goonies when you were a kid, you're always going to be a Goonie. And if you were 12 when Stand By Me came out, you're always going to relate to that hike to see the dead body. But sometimes you keep watching a movie, you get older, and your perspective shifts. You're 9 when you first see Footloose, and you want to dance. And now you're 51, and you realize the parents in that movie actually had some pretty good ideas and motivations to keep everyone safe. They just went about it the wrong way. And that's how I feel about Mr. Vampire. In the 90s, when I first saw this, I related to the slapstick aspect. I was the two assistants. I was the guy slacking at the job, playing pranks that, in retrospect, were the nuclear option against someone who merely annoyed you. Pranks that end up getting your benevolent boss locked up, making him vulnerable to the undead. But now, after 30 years of putting this movie on as the last thing I want to see at night, I've become the priest, or at least I'd like to be. He's a person who has a solution to every problem, provided he has some ink, string, paper, and rice. And if those don't work, you just hold your breath. He's a badass who will jump up and kick you while the ink takes effect. I want to be this person, and I want someone like him to solve my problems. I want my own religion, which is currently vague and based on nebulous concepts like grace, to have rituals that actually work. I want the undead, clothed in the uniforms of civil servants, to be beaten back by a hero. The movie makes him even more appealing by showing us his edges. There's a scene where they go for English tea, and he's clearly out of his element. He leans into what he thinks is the ritual, ordering black coffee, eating the sugar, drinking the coffee. He doesn't look like a fool. He looks like a person trying to move with the times. He's maintaining his dignity while the world changes around him. It's just a movie, but the way it reached across the globe and into my heart makes it magic. I once saw another film about a haunted orphanage. The children went to a screening of Mr. Vampire. When the monster came on screen, they all held their breath, just like the ritual says to do. But a heartbreaking thing happened. One child sat alone while everyone else disappeared. In that moment, he realized he was the ghost. He had no breath to hold. Sometimes I feel like that kid, sitting alone in the dark, taking in powerful images I can't quite grasp. And that's why I think I feel compelled to share them with you out there, wherever you are tonight.